Hey everyone, my name is Wes. This is Interactive English, and well, what this channel is all about, it's about helping you practice and improve your English skills in order to kind of start reaching English fluency, because it is a long path. There's many different parts to it, but that's what I really want to help you do. And specifically, I think this is a great lesson for that because I am going to talk to you about verbs that are followed by prepositions. So this can be very challenging because I think when it comes to verbs, those are words that are more well known. And then they're often followed by these tiny little, these prepositions, these function words that I think can be easily forgotten. So what I want you to do right now, I want you to do something for me, and that is just say hello. Just write your name in the comments, in the chat. Tell me where you're from because I just want to hear from you. I love hearing from everybody, and just let me know. Write your name, and I just want to say a quick hello to Lali, Elisa, Angela, Carlos, Aiden. How are you? Thank you guys for joining me. Martha, Sleepwalker, Vicky, Gustav, Stefan. Excellent. Glad that you guys can join me today for today's lesson. So the way that we're going to go through this is I'm just going to give you a lot of different verbs and the prepositions that follow. And it's a little bit of a quiz lesson. And I will also tell you what the verb and preposition combination, what does this mean? So let's just look at it this way, all right? This is my visual that I want to give you. So we have our verbs and they're followed by the prepositions. Now I've capitalized the verbs because again, those are, they're arguably, it's the most important word in the sentence because it tells us a lot of information. It tells us what's happening, it tells us when, and then they're followed by these little prepositions, those function words that, again, I think they're easily forgotten. And they, like, you can think of it like this way. You have the mama and papa duck, and they're followed by all the children right behind us. So the verbs, they describe an action or a state. And the prepositions, what their purpose is to connect different words. They are going to connect verbs with nouns. They're going to connect verbs with other phrases. So I think that, again, practicing this is just going to help your overall English fluency because the more exposure that you get, the more that you're able to read sentences using the verbs and the prepositions correctly, then you're just going to start to remember it. And the next time you want to have a conversation or you're writing, you will be able to use it correctly as well. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start out with, some multiple choice questions. So I'm going to give you the verb. I'm going to give you the sentence, and I just want you to tell me which preposition best completes the sentence, okay? So the first one that I have for you is this right here, all right? The first one is, they were convicted, a crime they didn't commit. What do you think? They were convicted, a crime they didn't commit. Can you guys think what preposition best completes that sentence? Either A, on, B, by, C, with, or D, of. Convicted on, convicted by, convicted with, convicted of. Which one do you think? And yes, all right. I'll give you a few moments and then I'll just tell you the answer. It is convicted of. Excellent. Aiden, Carlos, English vibes, perfect. You are convicted of a crime. And if you are convicted of something, then that just means that people say that you are guilty of something wrong. You are going to suffer some consequences. You are convicted of something. It's not a good thing if somebody convicts you of something. Typically, we're talking about a crime. You're convicted of a crime. Here's the next question I have for you. He's accustomed driving in snowy weather. Which preposition best completes that sentence? He's accustomed driving in snowy weather. Is it A, with, B, in, C, for, or D, to? He's accustomed with, accustomed in, accustomed for, or accustomed to. What do you think in this situation? And yeah, I think that's a good example. I think this is a verb that is typically followed by this preposition. And the answer, yes, is to. He's accustomed to driving in snowy weather. Perfect. Ladan, Juthamart, Safina, Lynn, Sleepwalker. I'll try and get some shout outs every now and then. So if you are accustomed to something, it just means that you are used to it, that you are used to this thing happening. So in this example, you're accustomed to driving in snowy weather, then that just means that you are going to be used to driving in snowy weather. I could also say, for example, I am accustomed to getting little sleep. We have a baby girl, Amelia, so we don't sleep regularly like we used to. So I could say now I'm accustomed to getting less sleep than I did in the past. All right, are you ready for the next question? All right, whoa, that's the answer. All right, the team is devoted, winning the championship. All right, what do you think? The team is devoted, winning the championship. Is it devoted to, devoted at, devoted in, or devoted on? Which one do you think? And one thing I would tell you if you are unsure about some of these, because chances are if you have been reading or listening to English, there's a good chance you have seen the verb and the preposition used together. So that's why I would tell you, if you're not sure, what do you think feels right? Which one of these sounds right to you when you're talking about these prepositions? So I hope that you said the answer again is to. The team is devoted to winning the championship. Excellent. What do we have? It's going so fast now. Cesar, Angela, Zafar, yes, devoted to. And if you are devoted to something, it just means that you are committed to this thing, that this is something you really want. You are devoted, like a team. They are devoted to winning. They really want to win. So you could say they are devoted to this thing. The next question that I have for you is this one. Many believe the iPhone is superior, all others. Superior, all right? That is the verb. Which preposition is going to follow that verb? Many believe the iPhone is superior, superior at, superior with, superior to, or superior of, all right? What do you think? Many believe the iPhone is superior, all others. And again, I think many people, you might disagree about this. I don't really have a strong opinion. This was just the only example I could think of, but the answer is to. Again, I've thrown all those prepositions, those verbs at you that are followed by to. Many believe the iPhone is superior to all others. Excellent. Balkan. Who is that? Krista. Perfect. Superior to. And if you say that something is superior to something else, it just means it's better. It's better than this thing. Superior to. The next one that I have for you, again, another multiple choice question. Parents want to keep their children safe, danger. Parents want to keep their children safe, danger. And some of you, again, maybe you know these without even looking at some of the choices that I gave you. Would you say safe to, safe from, safe around, or safe over? What do you think? Parents want to keep their children safe, danger. All right, we're talking about keeping somebody safe. I think this is very true. I definitely want to keep our little girl safe, and I would want to keep her safe from danger. Parents want to keep their children safe from something else, something dangerous. Yes, Safina, Anna, Esther, excellent. Aiden, Marat, yes, safe from. So again, what I want to do, because we're going to keep practicing this, but I want to just say that I'm going to take away the multiple choice now. And I really want you just to think about which preposition do you believe goes there. Because I think this is going to make it a little more difficult. But at the same time, the one thing that I don't care about with multiple choice, it's easier. It's a nice warm-up activity. But I don't want you to associate the verb with the wrong preposition. So now we're just going to highlight the correct preposition. But before I do, I just want to say, if you guys would like to make another connection with us, you can check us out on Patreon. I'll throw a link in the description right there. There's also a link down below, but it's another nice way to support what we do here at Interactive English. And there are some cool rewards as well. So check that out. Okay, so I am now just going to give you the sentence, and I want you to complete the sentence with the correct preposition. I'm not going to give you any options. So this is a good opportunity to just say, okay, well, what feels right in this situation? What do you think? So the first one, before I do that, I want to give you some of these hints, the best way to learn, because some of you may be thinking like, well, how can I learn which prepositions follow which verbs? There's two simple things that I think you need to do. The first one is just read. Reading more really helps, because that way you're able to see the verb. You're able to. This is a mistake. That should say that should say adjective. No, it is. I'm getting confused. It is adjective. I have been misspeaking, I think, throughout the lesson. We're talking about prepositions that follow these adjectives. You want to see the adjective and then see the preposition. So we use these adjectives all the time to describe nouns, talk about the way things look and describe them, make it more detailed. And then you're going to follow it with that preposition. So you want to be able to see that. And the other way is just to practice, like we're doing this lesson, because then you're able to read, you're able to see these adjectives and then see the prepositions and follow it. So I want to make a mistake that correction before, because I think I wrote verbs instead of adjectives. All of these that we're talking about today are adjectives followed by prepositions. Previously, we did a lesson about verbs followed by prepositions, but these are all adjectives. So for example, I could say, I really hope you are engaged these lessons. Okay, if someone is engaged, that is a way to describe a person. That is an adjective. And you would often follow it with a certain preposition. So what do you think? I hope you're really engaged these lessons. Write your answer in the chat. If you're watching this later, write your answer in the comments. I just like it when everybody is participating in these lessons. So in this case, yes, Safina, Aiden, perfect. June, the answer is in. I really hope you are engaged in these lessons. So if you are engaged in something, it just means that you are paying attention, you want to learn, and you are engaged in a certain activity, and you're very engaged. That's a good thing. The next one is, I'm grateful, your offer. So if two people, I don't know if you can see that picture, it is a handshake. I'm grateful, your offer. What do you think? If two people, they come to an agreement, somebody might say this, I'm grateful, your offer. Which preposition best completes that? And you're talking about somebody who is grateful. That is an adjective. And you would say that they are grateful for. I'm grateful for your offer. And if you are grateful for something, it's the same as saying that you are thankful for this thing. And again, that is another adjective that you'd follow with that same preposition. Grateful for, thankful for. Excellent. Angela, Honey, Lolly, Rose Claire, perfect. For. I'm grateful for your offer. The next one that I have for you is, their marriage is devoid, laughter. So this one, this adjective may be a little trickier, a little more advanced. Devoid, something. So look at the picture, and I tried to find a picture. They don't look very happy. They're not smiling. And in this case, if I'm describing something, it'd say, oh, their marriage is devoid, laughter. So what do you think? All right, the preposition. Yes, Mamadou, Jun Juthmard. Again, sorry, of a House of English. Devoid of. Their marriage is devoid of laughter. And if we're talking about if you are devoid of something, it means that they lack something, that it doesn't exist. There is none. There is no laughter in their marriage. It is devoid of laughter, devoid of something. The next one, I could say, are you concerned your health? And I tried to make this question relevant to, I have the picture of these donuts back there. Donuts that, they're not very healthy. It's not the healthiest of foods. So somebody could ask, like, hey, are you concerned your health? And if this is the adjective that we're talking about, concerned, you are concerned something. What do you think? Concerned. Are you concerned your health? All right. I hope that all of you, yes, you were thinking, some of you see it, concerned about. So if you are concerned about something, then it just means you're worried about it. So again, even in that case, you're concerned about, you're worried about, they mean the same thing, and we use that preposition about, concerned about something. The next one, she is very well acquainted the facts of the case. So there in the background, you kind of have this picture of a woman, and the idea would be perhaps she's a lawyer, and we're talking about a case. She's trying a case, and you could say, well, she is very well acquainted the facts of the case. You are acquainted something. What do you think? Which preposition follows that adjective? Acquainted something. She's very well acquainted the facts of the case. The answer is with. She is very well acquainted with the facts of the case. Excellent. Sleepwalker, Jacqueline, Lolly, Afren, perfect. You are acquainted with something. If you are acquainted with it, it means that you know about it, that you are familiar with this thing. All right, I'm familiar with the facts of the case. I'm acquainted with the facts of the case. Again, you're using that same preposition, familiar with, acquainted with, you know about this thing. So the next thing, all right, now I'm going to try and make it a little more challenging, because this time I am going to give you a sentence, and there are two. There are two missing prepositions. So you have two different verbs and two different prepositions, and I want you to see if you can think about which prepositions follow these verbs. All right, so the first one I could say that is this. If you're addicted our channel, then that means you're pleased our lessons. Okay, so which prepositions follow those two adjectives? So we're talking about addicted something, or you're pleased something. All right, and I keep saying for those spaces. So what do you think? Again, if you're not sure, just think about, well, which preposition, if you're just reading this, or if you imagine that you're listening to it, which preposition do you think you would hear? If you're addicted our channel, then that means you're pleased our lessons. So the correct answer is to and with. If you are addicted to our channel, then that means you are pleased with our lessons. If you are addicted to something, it means that you must have it, that you cannot go without this thing. So you could use it, for example, it could be something serious if you're talking about drugs and somebody's addicted to drugs. Or somebody might use it in the sense of like a TV show, and you'd say, oh, I'm addicted to this TV show. So in this case, I'm talking about our channel. If you're addicted to our channel, then that means you're pleased with something. You are happy with it, pleased with. And if you are addicted to our channel, I always appreciate it if you guys just go ahead, hit that like button down below if you are addicted to our English lessons. The next one that I have for you is this. I just like this picture. That's why I chose it. The dog is notorious, destroying my shoes, and I'm fed up, it. All right? Those are the two adjectives, notorious and fed up. So the notorious and fed up, those are the two adjectives in the sentences. Which prepositions are going to follow those? Write your answers in the chat or write your answers in the comments, okay? Again, it's good. This is great practice because you are able to read this. When I show you the correct answer, you are able to read it and try to understand it so that the next time you want to use it, use these adjectives, you are going to follow it with the correct preposition. So, excellent. I see some great answers. Yes, Karim, I think Samuel, Balkan. The dog is notorious for destroying my shoes, and I'm fed up with it. He's notorious for destroying my shoes. If you are notorious for something, all right? If you're notorious for something, it means that you are known for this thing. The dog is notorious for destroying the shoes. He's known for that. And if you are fed up with something, you are tired of it. You are not going to take it anymore and you say, I'm fed up with this. All right? I'm fed up with all the crowds. I'm fed up with the loud music. You are tired of this thing. You could say you are fed up with it. All right? Excellent. Let's look at the next one. And I could say, well, speaking of crowded places, our next sentence. The store was crowded, people who were eligible, the grand prize. So those are the two adjectives. You're talking about crowded, many people. It was crowded, people. Which preposition follows that adjective? And the other one, eligible. Eligible, something. What do you think it means? The store was crowded, people who were eligible, the grand prize. All right, so I think many of you got the first one. If you're talking about many people, you'd say it's crowded with, and then the next one is for. The store was crowded with people who were eligible for the grand prize. So if you say a place is crowded with something, it means there are many things. You could say it's crowded with people. Perhaps it's crowded with something else. And if you are eligible for something, it means that you have met the requirements to get something. You are eligible. You are eligible for, in this case, you are eligible for the prize. The next one that I have for you is, and this is how I feel. So this is why I chose this sentence. I don't know if you can see the picture. It's a picture of an airplane, and there are seats on the airplane, and I would say, I'm incapable getting comfortable this seat. So when I think of an airplane seat, I might think about this sentence right here and use these adjectives. I'm incapable, getting comfortable, this seat. So what do you think? If somebody is incapable or they're talking about comfortable? All right, so you would say that I'm incapable of getting comfortable in this seat. So if you're talking about you are capable of doing something, that you can do it. If we want to say the opposite, you would say incapable of doing something. So I am not able to do this. I am not able to get comfortable in this seat. So we're talking about a seat. I think depending on the situation, you could say comfortable with, or you might say comfortable in. But in this case, since we're talking about a seat and somebody would sit in a seat, you would say comfortable in this seat because we're sitting. So in this case, I'm incapable of getting comfortable in this seat. The next one, if you're keen, this is what I would tell you guys, or I try to tell you guys all the time. if you're keen, improving your English, join our community and you'll be amazed. All the cool stuff we'll send you. So this is true. I'm going to throw a plug for this in just a moment. What do you think? So the two adjectives is keen. You are keen, doing something, and you are amazed, something. All right. So I say something because you can put different words in there. But in this case, I'd say if you're keen, improving your English, join our community and you'll be amazed. All the cool stuff we'll send you. So if you are keen on doing something, it means that you want to do it, you desire to do it. If you're keen on improving your English, if you want to do it, then I would say join our community and you'll be amazed by all the cool stuff we'll send you. It's amazed by. You are amazed by something. And if you want to join our email list, I know many of you are already on it. We will send you access to the secret fluency lesson and some other cool things. We send messages from time to time talking about some resources that you can use to improve your skills. Sometimes we send lesson updates about lessons that are coming out in the future and anything else that's happening at Interactive English. I'll put a link right there in the chat if you want to check it out. It's also one down below. So again, this is a great way to practice because we use adjectives all the time and they are often followed by certain prepositions. And I just want to do a little bit of a checklist. So this is our checklist today of all the, again, I got this mixed up in my head because I did verbs and prepositions before. Today is adjectives. So forget about that word right there, verbs. These are all adjectives. These are adjectives plus prepositions. These are all the adjectives that we talked about today. There are 20 of them. So just read this list, all right? Get comfortable with it. It's going to help you because the next time you want to use one of these words, and some of them are very common, they're very they're often used, then you know what preposition you need to follow it with. Like if you are concerned about something, or you want to say that you are fed up with something, or that you are amazed by something, that these are adjectives and you're going to follow them with those prepositions. I put those books down there to remind you to read. And I also put that YouTube logo down there to remind you, watch our lessons. This is something that we practice all the time. Like I said before, I did another lesson on verbs followed by prepositions. I suggest you check that out. But when I was creating this, I just messed it up in my mind, going back and forth about verbs and prepositions. Even I get confused sometimes. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Again, if you enjoy these lessons, please hit that like button. Check us out in those links below. Patreon, our email list. We just like to be able to make all of these connections with you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for participating. And I will see you guys next time, but I'll give some last shout outs at the end. Thank you, Angela, Aiden, Myrat, Pachu, Lolly, Rose Claire, Desira. All right, sorry I mispronounced it. Antonio, I am Thaida, Davika, Imad. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. So long.